So we're going to start on the floor. The light is not too bright. Finally, I'm not really fighting here with that. Please, as always, watch how you feel. If it's too hard, don't go as fast. Don't make as many reps. If it's too easy, go the other way around, go faster and add more reps. And in the meantime, let's just settle in here. So place your lower back on the floor nice and flat. Your hands are going to be right behind your head. And please make sure that you're just lifting your head and basically supporting it and making sure that your neck is comfortable here. Not so much really using your arms to lift up. So we're going to go ahead and squeeze our belly button into our lower back and press it, press it, press it, press it, press it, press it. Draw your shoulders down, relax here, and bend your knees. Left leg lifts up and right. Left, right. See if you can keep your shoulder blades off the floor as you do this. 4, stabilizing your hips. 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, chin is up. 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, both. Lift them up just gently and back on the floor. 2, 3. You should start feeling that your lower back wants to arch. This is where I really want you to insist on that belly button pressing your core into your lower back. 9, 10. Very nice. So now go ahead and lift your legs all the way up. Please remember that straight legs are also a function of your core, not just the strength of your legs. 2 options. Feel free to keep your head off the floor and your shoulder blades slightly lifted. Alternatively, place your hands under your tailbone if you want to support your lower back. Left leg draws down, out to the left, and finish the circle. And again, this is your inhalation and this is your exhalation. Keep your hips really, really, really square. And 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9. No matter what, your shoulders should be really relaxed. 10. Now right leg down, out to the right, and back up. You should immediately feel the difference between the 2 sides. 3, find your breathing, inhaling down, exhaling up. 4, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Neck is relaxed. Now both of them at the same time. If you were holding your hands behind your head, this may be the time to switch and place your hands under your tailbone. Down to the floor, separate, and lift up. And what I want you to do at the very top is give me a little kick up. And again, up and lift. Down and lift. And down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay here and lift, 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 like something that you really want to touch with your toes in the sky. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Hug your knees. Give your neck a little break. Give your lower back a little break. Very nice. So we're going to warm up our obliques. Arms are going to go to the sides. We have done this many times, but this time I want you to cross your legs as you do that. And as you come through the center, you're going to be recrossing them. So right one goes over left, knees are bent, and bring your knees to the left side of your body. And with an exhale, come through the center. Inhale down, exhale up. 2, 2, 3, 3. Remember your shoulders. 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, and 10. Very nice. We're going to go ahead and rotate onto the left side of our body. And we will continue going with the obliques. If you need to bend your left knee, the one that's on the bottom, to support, that's perfectly fine. Otherwise, I expect that you're going to be on your forearm and with a completely straight legs. If you start feeling that your shoulder is really uncomfortable here, drop your bottom leg onto its knee, bend it, find your stability. And please make sure that your left elbow is right underneath your left shoulder. All right? Otherwise, settle in here, reach your right arm up, and release your top leg. In my case, it's my right leg. You're going to bend it, bringing it towards your chest, coming all the way back out and dropping. Up, bend, out, down. Up, bend, out, down. Up, 3, down. Up, 4, down. Up, 5, down. Up, 6, down. Up, 7, down. Up, 8, down. Up, 9, down. Up, 10, down. Very nice. Let's switch sides. When you lift into the shoulder and when you are dropping down off the shoulder, use the opposite arm to help you because this transition may be just a little too much. All right, let's do that on the other side. Left arm is up and we're ready to go. Knee out, down, up. Knee out, down, up. Knee to the chest. 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Very nice. Now we're back on the floor and I am sufficiently warmed up. I'm going to take my camouflage where I was all one color. Now you can probably see me a little bit better. And I'm not the same color as the mat any longer. All right, so now you're gonna place your feet farther apart. I like having my feet farther apart and my legs separate because not only does it get into the center part of the core, but it definitely gets into our waist as well. All right, left hand is behind your head. Reach your right arm towards your left knee. See, my knees are not bent. They're just soft. And you're not going to roll into the left side. You're lifting up between your knees with your right arm between your knees. Rotate toward that left knee and press. Press, press, press. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going. 9, 10. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, and that is going to be the end of our core exercises. So once again, lift with your left arm between your knees. Rotate your left hand towards your right knee and go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, halfway, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yes. That felt really burning. And stretch your arms above your head, stretch your toes away from your hands. Slightly arch your lower back if that feels okay as you're inhaling, and with an exhale, release everything into the floor. Relax. Nice. And from here, we're going to roll and come into our child's pose. Release whatever tension we may have in our lower back. Maybe gently shift our hips side to side. Beautiful. Now we're going to go ahead and stretch our abs. So lift up, coming through the center, roll your shoulders back, and drop your hips down. You should feel a nice stretch here in the abs. One more breath. Awesome. All right, come on, sit down nice and comfortable with your knees bent. Keep your strap or possibly a belt or maybe a towel, something that you will need further in this stretch as we start going into our arms and our shoulders. In the meantime, roll your shoulders back and bring your left shoulder towards your right knee. So you're rotating your chest now, and it's not this position, it is this one. Good. There's a good chance you're going to start feeling a stretch in your left knee as well. Come through the center. Your hands are still on your knees, and you're going to finish with your right shoulder towards your left knee. And we're going to go in the opposite direction. Ready? Inhale, and with an exhale through the center, left to right. And again, through the center, right to left. And through the center, left to right. And through the center, right to left. One last time, left to right. Press your left hand into that left knee, really trying to bring left shoulder towards your right knee. Stay here. Where I want you to most likely feel the stretch is in the lower part of the left side of your spine. Both hips remain on the floor here. One more breath, please. Good. Slowly this time, come all the way through the center. Really reach your spine and your chest as forward as you possibly can. Bring now your right shoulder towards your left knee. Use your left hand to help you with this. If you need to place your left hand on the floor to help you with this rotation, please do. And once again, low back, right side, that's where I want you to feel it. One more breath. Coming back to the center, a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper. Very nice. And lift all the way up. Place your hands behind you. Keep your knees bent and continue walking your hands farther and farther out. And see if you can drop on your forearms. Just for a minute. Just to give your back a little break here. Nice. Now from here, release your legs and switch. Nice. Lift up. First on your hands and then coming in. All right, wonderful. So here, you're going to grab those straps or your towels or whatever it is that you will use. And you're going to place them about, I'm going to say, 10 inches wider than your shoulders, okay? Take a nice long inhale and lift your arms all the way above your head. Breathe. Good. This should feel good. Your back is slightly arched. Try not to bring your chin down and definitely do not bring your head forward. Start to very slowly bring your arms behind you. Now, if you find that your elbows start to bend, just widen your grip. Because what I really want is for your arms to get a nice stretch as well as your shoulders. It's a big movement for the shoulders, but you are stretching your arms. And in order to do that, I need your I need your elbows really straight. So you're coming slowly all the way until that strap literally just disappears behind your arms. Once you have reached this, rotate your palms to face up, or your fists rather, since you're probably holding your strap with your fists. And now rotate your palms away from each other. Note the difference in the stretch. Your shoulder blades are probably that much more closer to each other. And now go ahead and rotate your hands all the way down. And this is probably the most intense part of that stretch. Breathe. Do not tuck your chin. Please, please, please don't tuck your chin. And very slowly continue on, bringing your arms all the way down, 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 down. Very nice. Good. All right. So now that we have warmed up the shoulders as well, clasp your hands, rotate them away from your chest, bring your shoulder blades now apart. Gently drop your head, maybe even tuck your chin, and breathe into the distance between your shoulder blades. Your back is really, really round. One more breath. And now from here, with your next inhale, start to lift your arms above your head, opening up both your chest and your spine up. Shift a little bit, just a tiny bit. So one arm slightly higher than the other, and go ahead and release that. Very good. Now we're going to once again go shoulder to knee, and we're going to start in the opposite direction. So right towards your left, coming forward, switching left to right, and again, and again. And one more set. And again. And lift all the way up. Straighten your legs. Give them a nice little break. And we're going to start with opening up our hips. This one is going to be funky. We did part of it yesterday in my yoga class. And what you're going to do is place your right ankle on top of your left knee, and your left leg is right in front of you, right? So I'm going to rotate. Everybody can see what is happening here. Your hands are behind you. And right away, what I'm looking for is your chest as close towards your calf as possible. So the straighter your spine, this is round, this is straight. The straighter your spine, the more you're going to start feeling the stretch, and maybe move slightly side to side. Just find the position where you feel like, aha, I know what she's asking of me. All right, good. One more breath. And then we're going to try and intensify it. If this is a little too much, you're going to come right back to this position. Otherwise, lean back and bring your left foot just a tiny bit closer to your hips, and lift your chest again. And breathe. And shoulders are back. And everything is relaxed. One more breath. Good. And go ahead and rotate now and drop your left knee together with that right ankle on top of it to the left side of your body. Place your left hand on your right knee or right elbow on your right knee and rotate to the right. This should feel really good in your spine, and part of it is in your piriformis. And once again, lift up. You are in this little pretzel here, but everything should feel really nice. This is our first rotation, so let's not overdo it. We'll come back to it. And lift back up and release. If you need to shake your legs, that's great, please do. Right knee bends, lean back, give yourself a space, place your left ankle on top of your right knee, and start to find your stretch. Settle in here once again. the distance between your very open chest with your very, very straight spine and your shin is what's going to determine how deep you're going to be able to get into the stretch. And we're breathing, and little by little, we're just relaxing. And if you want to give your ankle a little rotation, please do. And then if you think you can, lean gently back and place your right foot a little closer to your right hip. And once again, press your chest towards your shin, towards your calf. Very nice. And from here, very gently, that right knee together with your left ankle are going to drop to the right side of the body. Nice. And you're going to place your right hand or right elbow on the outside of your left knee, and we're rotating. Easy does it. Very nice. And very slowly, go ahead and release that, lift it back up again, and straighten your legs. Very nice. While we're here, we might as well just do something for our ankles. So, both ankles and our hamstrings. So I want you to sit nice and straight, and we're going to go ahead and rotate our ankles in 2 different directions, or maybe they're following each other just 3 times in each direction for each one of them. 2 and 3. And now slide your right foot in, place it on the opposite side of your left knee, and then heel toe that right foot towards your hip. So this is where you're bringing it. And we are aligning our knees here, and very good chance that because your hips are not opening up properly, you are not going to be able to bring it all the way down. And that's okay. Don't worry about it. Find your angles. No big deal. And once again, keep that strap handy because we will need it in just a minute. You're going to start to walk your hands forward as you lay your chest on your right knee. The minute you do that, you will start feeling a good stretch in your left hamstrings. And here, if you can reach your hands and grab your toes, that's awesome. If you cannot, use your strap to do that. Start to relax your shoulders. We're going to hang out here for a while. If it becomes really uncomfortable, I need you to shift your body weight slightly side to side, lift your chest just a tiny bit, and then lean into it again. As you continue to breathe here, use that exhale to pull the toes in just a tiny bit more. Please watch that everything is relaxed. The only thing that should actually work is your hands. Everything else should be really, really relaxed. And the more you relax them with each exhale, the sooner your body will actually follow and start to stretch. And this would be my cat doing something very appropriate. Wonderful. All right, gently release that. Walk your hands back. Good. And now we're going to go in the opposite direction. So left leg bends. Left foot is on the outside of your right knee, and you're heel toeing it until your knees are aligned. And once again, if it's slightly high, no big deal, as long as they are aligned. And then from here, once again, shift your body gently side to side. It helps bring some of the muscle and some of our body out of the way, so to speak, and also helps the lower back to figure out exactly what we're trying to do here. One step at a time, lots of small movements, and leaning forward, placing chest onto the left knee, and then from here, reaching, grabbing our right toes, and gently, 1 millimeter at a time, starting to pull in. Take another inhale and pull a little bit more. Give your body a chance, a couple, 3 breaths to adjust to the new stretch, and then try again. Keep relaxing your shoulders, keep relaxing your neck. Two more breaths. Very nice, very gently release that foot and walk all the way up. Maybe reach your arms up, straighten both of your legs. Yes, wonderful. All right, let's go into the hips again. Bend your right knee, place your right foot inside your left elbow here, and gently cradle that shin, your calf, between your 2 elbows here. All right? Move side to side, just a little bit. The more you bring your chest forward, the more you're going to feel the stretch, and this should feel good. All right, release that. For just a little bit, we're going to do the same thing on the other side, starting with your foot inside your right elbow, and then your left elbow, and you're cradling it like a baby. You can see that we're preparing for the ultimate, which is going to be a full pigeon, not the half one. Very nice. Okay, let's get away from our hips for a minute, and we're going to go back into relaxing through our spine, which we definitely need. All right, so we are in the tabletop position, and I want you to draw circles with your hips all the way. Make it yummy. No one is watching. Listen to your own body. Don't worry about how you look. Worry about how you feel. 5 times you're going to go in each direction. And as you continue to open up through your lower back and through your oblique muscles and through your mid back, I want you to start making these circles larger and happier and yummier. And don't be afraid of using your spine in any which way you can. Just your body, nothing else exists. Maybe you are a belly dancer. Couple more times. And again, listen to your body. See what feels good and what doesn't quite feel good. Nice. And now once again, we're going to roll our shoulders back and bring our chest forward as we're very gently dropping our hips down. Big arch here. So once again, go for a little bit of a movement here. Make sure that the lower back is comfortable, and then just rest. If this becomes too uncomfortable for the lower back, soften your elbows, or maybe go completely onto your forearms, or even, and if that does not work, you don't have to do this at all. If anything, go into child's pose and continue lengthening your spine. Nice. And from here, we're going to lift up and bring our right foot forward. Now I'm going to rotate so that you can see what's going to happen to me now. We're going to do a whole bunch of little things. Once again, every single part of it is going to be a hip opener. So, tuck in my shirt. I'm going to keep my knees at about 90 degrees now. We have done this one before several times, but I'm going to add a little element to it today. So what I need you to do is squeeze your left glute and tuck your tailbone under. See how my lower back immediately around it? Good. And I start to feel like really intense stretch here in my left hip flexor. And then I'm going to repeat. See, now my back is arched. And again, tucking my tailbone under and pressing my glute in and feeling a nice stretch here. And out. One more time. In. And then I'm going to start pressing my body gently forward. Just a little bit more. Don't let go of that glute. Just a little bit more. Very nice. Go ahead and release that. And now heel toe your right foot forward. Relax through your spine. And we're going to start to lean forward. Now place your hands on the floor, maybe using blocks here. And shift your hips gently side to side. And again, see if you can draw small circles here with your hips. Each one of them is going to determine how deep you can go into it, but most importantly, where do you feel the stretch the most? Now I'm going to turn so that you see what I'm going to want to do next. I'm going to heel toe my right foot slightly to the right, not by much. And I'm going to rotate my body, and I'm going to press my right hand gently into my right knee, pressing it slightly out. So what that does here is it allows for some space here to drop my left hip into. Okay, and if your foot goes on its outer edge, that's perfectly fine. And I'm really just letting go. Moreover, if you have that space and if you're comfortable with that, place your left forearm on the floor. Now, not only would you feel a nice stretch in your left hip flexor, but now your right hip should be feeling well. Couple more breaths. If you felt a little bit better stretch with your left arm straight, that's fine too. A little bit of a different angle, try it. It's okay to sink into your left shoulder. And then we're going to lift up, re-rotate. Good, we're still in the stretch. Place both of your hands on the right side of your right leg. And what I need you to do is press your left elbow into your left knee as you continue to gently rotate. A couple more breaths here. Nice. Go ahead and release that. And we're going to go to the other side. So left foot forward, once again, starting with this 90-degree stretch. And we are tucking our tailbone under, squeezing our glute, and pressing our hip flexor slightly forward. Finding it, figuring it out, and then releasing, relaxing through your upper back again. And again, inhale, tuck it under, and squeeze, and press. Couple more breaths. Really feeling the intensity of the stretch and releasing. The good thing about these stretches, let's do that again, as I'm talking to you, is that they really establish the balance between your hips, making sure that no matter what kind of pains you may be going through and what is shorter than and what is longer, it actually resets the relationship between your lower back and your hips. And now, keeping everything very intense, you're going to start pressing your hips just gently forward, just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. Opening things up just a tiny bit more, just a tiny bit more. So that when you go for a walk after this, or maybe you have just come from a walk, you are resetting things. And release. All right, heel toe your left foot forward now, finding the space. Hands are coming back on the floor, and we are moving. And we're drawing beautiful circles. Doesn't matter which way, just really opening things up and finding just the right angle. Nice. Settle in here. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing we did on the other side. So, heel toe your left foot slightly to the left. Place your left hand now on your left knee, pressing it slightly out, and start to drop your right hip. And if this is how far you want to go, that's great. If you want to drop on your right forearm, that's great too. Whatever works for you, start to breathe, relax, and open up. Two more breaths, please. One more. Very nice. All right, so I assume that you are on the end of your mat. If not, you're going to just go ahead and reach your left foot towards the end of the mat and bring both of your arms on the left side of that left foot and gently press your right forearm or right upper arm actually into your left knee as you're rotating and leaning into this. Wonderful. Okay, go ahead and release that. Walk your hands onto the left side of your left foot and tuck your right toes, straighten your right leg, and start to rotate. So your left knee is still bent. We're going to go ahead and open up our inner thighs. There you go. And that was my knee. It always does that. So my left arm my left elbow ends up pressing gently into my left knee. And I'm opening it up. And this makes this entire stretch just a tiny bit more intense. In this position, I cannot reach my heel to the floor. If you can, that's fantastic. Feel free to do that. But if you do press your heel just a tiny bit into the floor, you should also feel a nice stretch in your calf. In the meantime, my right toes are right now pointing toward the ceiling. And what I need you to start doing now, and go nice and easy, if anything does not feel right, we're not doing it. I want you to start drawing nice circles. First, clockwise, 3 times, and now counterclockwise, also 3 times. And as you do that, I want you to pay attention. What is the angle of your ankle that creates a more intense? Then bring your toes up, reach, and grab your toes with your right hand. Gently pull. In the meantime, remember that left elbow is still pressing into that left knee. Don't let it come in. And breathe. You may be feeling it just in your inner thigh. It's very possible that you're feeling it also through the backside of your knee. It's very possible you're feeling it in the inner thigh side of your calf as well. Wherever you feel it, own it. It's good. It's wonderful that you're stretching it. Nice. We're going to go into the other side in only 4 more breaths. Shoulders relaxed. Left arm is helping. Right hand is helping. Everything else is just sinking more and more in. Don't think about anything else. Just keep observing your body. After your 4th breath, go ahead and release that. And you're going to relax your toes. And you're going to bend the right knee, soften everything, and help yourselves with your hands as you're moving to the right side of the body. Easy does it. Take your time, settle in here. So once again, your right elbow is propping your right knee. No need to overdo it. If you're pressing your right heel, into the mat, you'll feel a little bit more stretch in your calf as well. Settle in here. And we're going to go for rotations 3 times in each direction. Don't let your right knee come in. And in the opposite direction. Beautiful. Reach your left hand, grab your left toes, and gently pull them in. And if you feel this stretch slightly differently on this side, that's all good. With each exhale, I want you to continue to relax your legs as much as possible, almost like they become heavier and heavier and heavier. And it's the weight of your upper body and the weight of your lower body that finally feels like a stretch. And it is intense, but hopefully it feels like, yes, that's exactly what I needed. Three more breaths, please. Remember, you're using your exhales to really relax here. Wonderful. When you're done with your last one, go ahead and release that. And we are bending, the right knee is bent, so just go ahead and drop into it. Walk forward, bend your left knee as well. And now go ahead and connect your toes behind you. I'm going to turn around. We're going to go into what is called frog. So you're sitting here with your knees as far away from each other as possible. And then you're going to lift your hips and gently start to walk your hands until you feel like, okay, I think I know what is happening here. So this is even more intense than what we have just done, which is why I need you to go nice and slow. And if you feel comfortable and confident enough, drop onto your forearms. And the more you're bringing your hips and your pelvis down to the floor, the better the chances that your feet will come off the floor. Play with it a little bit, see what feels okay and what doesn't. We're not gonna stay here very long, but we need that for the full hip opener. One more breath. And then slowly lifting your hips up, placing our toes back on the floor, gently lifting, and then once again, shifting our hips back. And maybe shift your body gently side to side, one hip up, the other one. Remember, it's all about bringing the hips back to where they belong. Nice. And from here, coming back in. Once again, we are in the tabletop position. And once again, we're going to draw circles. And I hope that you're feeling that things have opened up. 3 times in each direction. And then again, make it yummy. Round your back and arch it, whatever works. This is a movement. This is where you find, okay, I think I know what is happening here. I'm feeling good. Good. When you're done with 3 in each direction, roll your shoulders back, lift up, and drop your hips down. So I hope that because of everything that we have done, you should feel that both your lower back is perfectly comfortable with this position, and most importantly, your arch is deeper and happier and stronger. Nice. All right, sitting back, and we're gonna go into double pigeon. So now, if you've done double pigeon with me before, and if you wanna do it, that's awesome. If you find that it's a little too intense, go into a regular pigeon. The regular pigeon is on the right side, your right knee comes towards your right wrist, and then you're dropping and your left leg is fully extended, and then you're dropping forward, relaxing. Your double pigeon is much more intense. So you're starting with your right hip on the floor and with your right knee bent at about 45 degrees. Then you're going to place your left heel on top of your right knee, not in, on top of it, okay? And then you're gonna start very gently placing your left hip on the floor. I'm gonna rotate so that you can see what is happening here. So I'm not tucking my right knee under, it is out. And then very gently, I'm going to start bringing my left knee right above my left heel. So essentially, both shins are going to be parallel to each other, okay? And there's a good chance you're stuck right here, and that's okay. So it's just continue working on bringing that left hip on the floor, okay? If you have reached this destination, you may be perfectly capable of doing it. Your biomechanics could be much better than mine. It took me forever to get to this point. So, and then what I would do after that is I'm going to bring my hands in front of me, my arms to follow, and then I'm going to very gently nudge myself into it by pressing my body forward. And it's eventually, unless you're already there, you are going to have your left knee touching your right heel, and obviously your right heel and left knee, okay? The other way around, left heel, right knee. And then you're going to sit here and feel like, oh, no, how am I going to get out of this one? You will, I promise. This is a very intense hip opener. It makes your hips move in the direction that we normally don't move in. We are bipedal, right? So we're going forward, we're going back. Every now and then, especially if we play tennis, we would step to sides. But if you do play tennis, this actually is a really, really good stretch for you because it helps you open up both your piriformis and your gluteus medius and every other little tiny muscle in your glutes and of course your hips. Going easy. 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. 1 more. And slowly, with a lot of care, we're lifting up, leaning once again onto the right side, and releasing. All right, stretch. Good. So now it's the other way around. Left hip is on the floor. You're bending your left knee without bringing it under your right hip. Right heel on the left knee. And now very gently, we are making our way to place our right hip on the floor. And then we're settling in. We're finding all the right angles, and we're very gently bringing our right knee over our left heel. That's a lot of rights and lefts here. And then both of our arms are going to be in front. And we are coming into our variation. I have no idea what is happening there with you guys, but I really hope that you are drawing benefit from this. And I know that this is exceptionally deep, but for the past 40 minutes, we have been preparing for it. So I hope you are managing a variation of this, and I hope that you're feeling good. And breathe. And keep relaxing through your shoulders. And of course, if anything does not feel quite right, lean back, get out of it, readjust, reset. Three more breaths, please. Very nice. Very slowly, very gently, very gingerly, coming onto the left hip and stretching the legs in front of you. And wonderful. So go ahead and tuck your legs under you and come into a seated kneeling position. Grab your straps once again, one last time. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. You're stretching your shins in the meantime. Reach your arms all the way overhead. Remember, your spine is really open. Draw your shoulders back. Arms are open. Bring that strap behind you. Keep going. Keep going. Rotate your hands away from each other one more time. Now rotate them down. And then very slowly, we're dropping those arms all the way down. Down, 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 down. And our spine is long, and our arms are long, and our hips are open. And this is the end of our workout today.